Hi, it's Joseph, and what you might already know is that I've written a few books. You might even know that I wrote this book called Jeremiah, a love story, which I believe is a gorgeous story that has never been told before, a story between a white man and a black man during slavery set in the South in the US. And what I often forget to do in relation to my work is to go online and see what other people have said in reviews, public reviews. So I did that this morning. And what people have said about this work is gorgeous. And it inspires me to keep working, and hopefully it will inspire you to read the work. So I wanted to share some of the reviews with you. This first one is an amazing blessing in my life because it was written by Katherine Woodward Thomas, who is a multiple New York Times bestselling author, and she passed in April of this year. And the last book that she read while she was in hospice, and then she took the time to write a review. And she said, "One of the best books I've read in years, a touching and triumphant novel, one of the more beautifully written books I've ever read. This is a book that will move you so deeply that you will never quite see the world the same way you once did." And then someone named Betsy wrote, "From the first chapter, I was hooked. I loved Jeremiah and Jack, and then all of the others as they joined in the story. Never had the subject of slavery touched me in my heart so deeply. It was a painful and uncomfortable read, but it was also a beautiful read, so full of love and affirmation of our oneness. The love expressed throughout in so many ways. It was uplifting. I will miss all of these characters." Stephen said, "Attention must be paid. Once in a great while, a story unfolds and takes you immediately into a world you didn't know existed, full of humanity and a message that demands attention. Joseph has captured the essence of that humanity in Jeremiah. It leaps from the page so vividly. I hope to see this in a movie theater one day." And then Judy. "Jeremiah is written by a writer with profound and deep understanding of love. Jack and Jeremiah are the most unlikely pair, one white, one black, one master, one slave. But that is not who these two men are. Here are two men equals in humanity and in courage, living and loving as they dare at a time when their daring could cost them everything." Donna. "A lesson in love and freedom. I find myself remembering the moment that love was declared between the two male characters, how it filled hearts and caused a trembling at the hate and torture that this love could bring. Justice is an underlying theme that comes through loud and clear, something that many continue to strive for even today." Jose wrote, "I've been following Joseph's work for a while now, and every time I read something he writes, I walk away with more clarity, more inspiration, and a deeper understanding of life." I have no idea who this person is. "His words have a way of cutting through the noise and speaking directly to the heart. This book is no exception. It is thoughtful, honest, and full of wisdom that stays with you long after you finish the last page. I've highlighted more lines than I can count. Joseph is one of those rare voices that truly makes an impact." Susan wrote, "This is possibly the best novel I have ever read, and I am an avid reader." And finally, Deborah says, "Every word is a gem, a celebration of the resilience of the human spirit and the power of love. If I could give it more than 5 stars, I would." You know, oftentimes we don't do our work because we are waiting for or expecting public praise. We do the work because the work matters. And in my case, I did the work because a muse, who in this case I choose to call God, gave me this very clear, resounding message for 2 years. This is the book to write. And I kept saying no, because I didn't want to write it. I had already written other books and I had other projects that I wanted to do, and I was tired and I wanted to hang out with Eli and the dogs. But after 2 years, I picked up pen and paper and wrote this. You can find it at josephbennett.org, and you can also find it on Amazon. And when you do, please write a review, and I will read it in a video just like this and give you credit. Thank you for watching. I love you. See you soon.